I'm here with Brandon Cornell, professional paintballer. Who exactly is Brandon Cornell?
Yeah, so I play professional paintball on a team called Edmonton Impact, based out of Canada, but teammates throughout all across the country. We compete in the NXL professional paintball division.
Because NXL paintball is very foreign to the public, can you explain exactly what it is? What league is it? What tournaments do you play in? Give us all the details.
Yeah, so the NXL is split up. There's a league in Europe, US, Mexico, but US is the main focus. That's what I compete in. There's 5 tournaments throughout the year, so paintball is kind of structured somewhat similar to tennis, almost in the match style, but then you play points within a match, 15-minute points, and then based on the score, whoever scores the most points is the winner of the match.
Okay, so you're gonna have to break this down for me. How exactly do you get points? How exactly is the match set up? And where are these matches?
Yeah, it's a great question. So normally they spread them out from, like our last one was in Florida, Orlando, that's always the World Cup, but then leading up, so you have 5 events and you're basically going for the series. So in the professional division, there's 20 pro teams. It's a 5-on-5 match. And so once you break out, you're playing paintball, it's the inflatable bunkers. It's very similar to chess, but like with paintball guns. And once you hit the buzzer, you score a point, 2 minutes, you go back, fill up paint, you have a whole pit crew, and then you go back out and the match continues. And so once the clock starts, time's going, once you hit the buzzer, over, and then you reset.
Okay, so what's your favorite part about playing in a tournament?
I think the competitive aspect, but also being around all the guys. I think, you spend so much time together, you definitely become brothers, but I think trying to accomplish something that's bigger than yourself, that's with any team sport, but you spend so much time the weeks leading up, traveling every weekend, and then to accomplish something that you've put so much time into, there's nothing better than that.
You said you put a bunch of time into this. How exactly do you train for these tournaments? Do you do like finger exercises? Do you lift weights? Tell us about that.
Yeah, no finger exercises, but yeah, well, one, playing a lot of paintball. I think with any sport, you just more time with, in your craft, you're naturally gonna get better, but in the off time, definitely during the week, going to the gym, working on, especially at cardio legs, being able to be fast, your burst speed, and, your fast twitch muscles. So that's really important. In paintball, just those first few steps, being able to dive, and be a little bit, make it to your spot and not get shot. So
for someone that's never actually played paintball or has seen a paintball gun up close and personal, I noticed in a lot of your videos you do this with your hands.
In the professional division, the guns are capped at 10 balls a second, and so when you're shooting, it's just the way the trigger's set up, and the guns will naturally shoot 10 balls a second. But that's pretty common for once you start to play in the competitive scene. Everyone's shooting pretty fast.
Get him out! Get him out! Hey, don't drop! Don't drop!
So you're the first paintballer or professional paintballer I've ever met. How exactly did you get into the sport? It seems very unique to any other sport in the US. I've heard of people figure skating and ballroom dancing, but I've never met a paintballer. So what got you into the professional paintball world?
Yeah, I think for most of us, it was going up to a birthday party. And for me, I didn't know paintball was a professional sport. And so went out there, played in the woods with my friends, just had a great time. And then we started to go like once a month. We just go out to the field, play in the woods, had a great time. And I got really fortunate. I grew up in San Diego, and it actually is one of the best fields, and it has a few of the best pro teams in the world. And so when I was out there about like 8 months in after playing, I saw the sports side of it, which is the inflatable bunkers. It's this loud and just the energy I've never felt from something else. And went out and played, and I was so scared, and I just got lucky. I found my passion early on.
So how old were you when you started?
I was 12 when I started playing. I went pro when I was 16. I was the youngest pro for a few years.
Okay, so now you're 25, correct?
26.
26.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest change you've seen in yourself over the past 10 years of playing the game of paintball?
A lot of it is like you've looked up to these guys your whole life. For any sport, you're gonna have certain idols, certain people that are, setting the pace of play. And I think for me, it was, seeing these guys, I'd watch all their videos, try to be like them, and then you line up against them. And so naturally getting rid of that kind of thought that, you know, you can't beat these guys, and changing, you know, you belong to be there, you put in the work, and then being able to compete and beat those guys, there's no better feeling.
I know you graduated from Cal Poly a few years ago, so when you were playing people, how do you have time for school? And now how do you have time for work?
I feel like there's always, you know, everyone has a passion, no matter what it is. I think it's, if you really care about something, you find time for it. There were so many flights home, like especially when I was in college, I'd be studying on the plane, and, you know, my friends were out doing other things, but I loved what I did, and so I was gonna find a way to do it.